Okay, so I thought I would go ahead and go through my gear loadout for a 500-mile section hike of the Pacific Crest Trail that I'm leaving for in about 2 days. And you know, if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time online looking at other people's gear loadouts. I'm a complete gear nut, and I do that all the time because I just want to compare and contrast it with my own gear loadout, see what I can do to make my gear loadout lighter, more compact, or just more comfortable. So my base weight for this trip is 11 pounds and 9 ounces, and that's with 1 pound, with almost 2 pounds of camera gear. And in that base weight's going to change throughout the trip. One, because of that bear canister. So that number I just gave you, 11 pounds 9 ounces, does not include that bear canister. And the bear canister weighs 2 pounds 10 ounces, but I'm not going to be carrying that the whole trip. And then also over here is fly fishing stuff that I'm going to have mailed to me about a quarter of the way through the trip. That weighs 10 ounces, but I'm not going to be carrying that the whole way either, so that's not included in the base weight. Other things that aren't included in the base weight are stuff you're going to be wearing, so like clothes and consumables. So food and water is not included in base weight. Toothpaste, not included in base weight. And what else? Oh, I'm also have micro spikes waiting for me at Kennedy Meadows, which will add stuff to my base weight. So the base weight is going to be constantly changing throughout the trail, obviously. But my starting base weight without the bear can is 11 pounds 9 ounces. So just to begin, I thought I would go ahead and show what I'll be wearing every day on the trail. Up here you have just a baseball hat with a bandana, and that will cover me perfectly from the sun. That's all I need. Sunglasses, cheap sunglasses. I don't want to bring expensive sunglasses because I know I'll probably lose those or break them somehow. Trekking poles. These are Black Diamond Trailback trekking poles, I believe they're called. Big thing is with trekking poles is to make sure they have exterior locking instead of the twist locks, because the twist locks give way really easy. And then, of course, duct tape wrapped around the trekking poles. And then the shirt I'll be wearing every day is this. I got it at REI. It's just this sun shirt. Really breathable, UPF 50. I can pop the collar up too to protect me from the sun, because it's going to be super sunny out there and high altitude, so sun protection is really important. Which is also why I'm wearing these gloves. I think these are UPF 30 gloves. Mainly, you know, when I'm going downhill, because there's a lot of mountains we're going to be hiking up and down. I have my hands on top of my trekking poles like this when I'm going downhill. So it just helps with sun protection, and it also helps with blisters from the trekking poles. And Under Armour spandex underwear, and then running shorts. And then for shoes, I'll have the Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s. I used to wear the what were they called? The La Sportiva Wildcats. You know, I switched to these. This is gonna be my first big trip with the 3.5s, and I'm really excited to see how they'll do. And then I also wear these light running wool socks. I think they're called the Quarter Cushion Darn Tough wool socks. I have 2 pairs of these, but you know, 1 pair here, then 1 is included in my base weight. Dirty Girl Gators. These are the same ones I've had for years. The space ones, of course. My Google Pixel, which will be in my pocket, so it doesn't include in my base weight. And then another bandana that is always in my pocket or on my body. So next up, the big 3 or 4, depending on how you want to look at it. What it is your sleeping bag and sleeping pad, your pack, and then your shelter. Or quilt in this case instead of sleeping bag. So my quilt is the Enlightened Equipment Revelation 30. Most nights in the Sierra, it's above freezing. It will probably drop below freezing, just like 31, 30, maybe even 29 a couple nights. So that'll do me fine, combined with my Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm pad, which is a super warm pad. And then the pack I'm bringing is the Z-Packs Arc Blast 55 liter. It's an ultralight pack, completely waterproof. And then I also have this camera clip up here for my Sony a6000. But completely love this pack. Really don't have any complaints about it. I haven't used it extensively yet. This will be its first big trip as well, along with the Lone Peaks 3.5. So I'm excited to see how it will hold up on a long trip. And then my shelter is my Big Agnes Fly Creek UL2. I have a ground sheet for it, the poles, and then I switched out the stock stakes that it comes with for shepherd hook stakes from Z-Packs that are a lot lighter. But if there's anything I could change in this loadout, it would definitely be this tent. I've had a lot of problems with it. and it's kind of a little bit heavy too. I think it's like 2 pounds 10 ounces. But you know, tents are expensive, so it will definitely do for now, but hopefully I'll be able to upgrade this in the future. Furthermore, we have my Trekology. I got it on Amazon for like $10, something like that. It weighs 2 or 3 ounces. It's just a pillow, blow up pillow, works really well. Garbage bag to line my pack just in case, even though it is waterproof. And then this is kind of like my extra clothes area. So you have a beanie. This is mainly for sleeping, and then whenever we night hike, if it gets really cold. So you know, when we do Mount Whitney for sunrise, I'll be wearing that. These are leggings, Nike Pro leggings that I'll be wearing underneath my shorts if it gets really cold, and I'll wear them for sleeping. And then this is just a silk long sleeve shirt, weighs like 3 ounces, 3 or 4 ounces. Super light, and I'm going to be cowboy camping most of the time, and since it's long sleeves, that will help a lot with keeping me warm when I'm cowboy camping. And then these are also sleeping socks. These are wool. They're thicker wool socks than my normal Darn Tough ones. These are the spare Darn Tough ones I have, and I just switch these out every single day and then leave them out of my pack to dry. And these I just use for sleeping. I leave these at the bottom of my pack, and I don't put them on unless I'm sleeping. And then I have my spare pair of underwear, switch these out every day along with the socks. And then my Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain jacket. I'm not bringing rain pants or a rain kilt, mainly because it doesn't rain a lot. And when it does, if you're wearing rain pants or a rain kilt, you're going to get wet anyway, no matter what, when it's raining. Even if you have a complete, you know, rain tuxedo on, you're going to get wet, whether you're stepping in puddles or anything. So it's just added weight that I don't need. So a rain jacket is going to be fine. And then a mosquito head net. This is super important because last time I was out in the Sierra when I did the JMT, the bugs were really bad. So that's definitely coming with me. And then this is my trash bag. It's just a gallon Ziploc bag because leave no trace. You have to pack out all your stuff. And then I guess we'll go in the water. So my water loadout for most of the time is just going to be 2 1-liter Smart Water bottles. And then they have the flip caps on them so that I don't have to carry the plunger for my Sawyer Mini. I can just back flush my Sawyer with that cap. But the first 50 miles, we're starting at Walker Pass. So the first 50 miles is going to be desert, and there's not going to be a lot of water. So what I'm going to do is when I land in LA, I'm going to pick up 2 more of these, so that'll be 4 liters. And then with this, I can carry 2 liters of water. So that will be 6 liters of water storage, and that'll be perfect for the first 50 miles. And then once we get to Kennedy Meadows, which is where I have micro spikes waiting for me for the snow, I'll also dump these. I'll dump 2 Smart Water bottles there, so I don't have to carry 4 liters. And then my water filter bag that I just went through, and then my Sawyer Mini. I would prefer Sawyer Squeeze, the full size one. I had one, but I'm pretty sure that I let it get below freezing one night when I left it outside. So, and there's no way to tell, so I just threw it out because I didn't want to take any chances. And I had this in like my extra gear bag, and I didn't want to spend money on another water filter, so I'm just going to take this. And then this is my first aid kit. It's nothing special. 2 or 3 stormproof matches, ibuprofen, 2 or 3 band-aids, patch kit for my Neo Air, and I mean that's literally it. A couple alcohol pads too, TP. And then this is going to serve as my wallet, and there I'll have a debit, credit, a little bit of cash, ID, permit, and fishing license. And furthermore, down here we have the kitchen stuff. So this is a 500 milliliter, 450 millimeter cup, or mug, I mean. And I have a cozy for it. And then the cozy also serves as a lid because I throw all the stuff inside of it for when it's in my pack. And it's also great for cooking meals. Then a long handle spoon. This is my stove, BRS ultralight stove. Got it off Amazon for like super cheap. Love it. A mini Bic, and then my sawed off toothbrush, of course. And then this is my knife. It has scissors on it, a nail file, then like a 1.5 inch blade, which is all you really need. You don't need to go overkill with a knife out there. This will be perfect for cleaning trout. That's all you need. The trout you catch out there aren't big. I've never had problems with carrying this knife, and this is a knife I've always carried. A lot of people carry these big old knives, and this is really all you need. Some people even just bring razor blades. And then I guess next we'll go to the camera stuff. So this is where a lot of my weight comes from. Like I said, I'm carrying close to 2 pounds of camera gear that I don't carry on normal trips. And it's just because I want to be able to take really good star photos out in the Sierras, because the stars out there are just absolutely amazing. So my headlamp is I think it's called the Petzl like E Plus Light or something like that. It's a newer headlamp, and I absolutely love it. It's super light, and it has really cool modes on it. Super easy to use. Absolutely love it. Has a whistle right here too, and it's really easy to tighten and loosen, which is a problem with a lot of headlamps. My camera, Sony a6000 mirrorless camera. Not gonna go too much into detail. High quality camera, just like a DSLR, except it doesn't have any mirrors, so it's a lot lighter. And you know, it's a professional camera. I can take really good photos with it. This is my bag of cords. In here I have USB to USB-C for my phone. And then I have micro USB for my camera, a spare battery for my camera, headphones, and then a wall charger for when we're in town. And then this is like my spare baggie, I guess you could say. I have two SD cards in here. Spare batteries for my headlamp, a lens cleaner for my camera, and then a spare water bottle cap. This is something I started doing because I was hiking with a guy who actually lost one of his water bottle caps for his Smart water bottle. So that absolutely sucked for him. And after seeing that, whenever I go hiking, I always carry a spare cap just in case I lose one of those, because that would absolutely suck, and it doesn't like weigh anything. Tripod so I can take photos and time lapses, and then my Suntastic's S5 solar charger. I've had this for years. Absolutely love it. It's always sunny in the Sierra, so I'll be able to charge. You know, on most trails, if I was doing the CDT, the AT, or you know, if I was even doing the whole PCT, I wouldn't carry a solar charger because most of the time it's not going to be sunny, or you're going to be under trees. But in the Sierra, most of the time you're above tree line. It's always sunny, so it makes sense. That's one of the few places it makes sense to bring a solar charger over, you know, an external battery pack. So I'm definitely bringing this, and I'll use it to charge my camera and my phone while I'm hiking or while I'm at camp. And then this is just my spot. This is not including my base weight because I'm not carrying it. Since I paid for it, it's expensive. I'm making my hiking partner carry it. Well, he offered to, but I was going to make him carry it anyway since I paid for it. But it only weighs like 4 or 5 ounces. And then my puffy, which is the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisper, weighs 6.8 ounces. Keeps me super warm. I mean, the coldest it's going to get is high 20s. And that's rarely going to happen. So this will just keep me plenty warm enough. Super compressible. Absolutely love this jacket. And then last stuff is over here. This is my fly fishing stuff. Like I said, I'm going to mail this ahead. This whole thing you're seeing, the rod, the reel, the flies, and the extra leader, not even 10 ounces. I think it's like 8.8 ounces. So for a whole fly fishing kit, that's perfect. And then my bear canister, which is 100% required for most of the trail. Last 150 miles, I won't have it. But, you know, it's 100% necessary to keep the bears and other hikers safe. It's just obnoxious because it's so bulky and a pain to put in the pack, and it's so freaking heavy, and it's really hard to fit all the food in there. But definitely bringing that 2 pounds 10 ounces. That's not included in the base weight. Like I said, my final base weight, or my starting base weight, is 11 pounds 9 ounces, and it's going to change throughout the trip. But most of the time, I'll be hovering, you know, between 11 and 12 pounds, depending on, you know, where I'm at and what I'm carrying at any specific moment. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any specific piece of gear, you know, what model it is, how much it was, how light it is, just let me know. Leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions on things I could ditch or should add, just let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. And yeah, thanks guys, and happy trails.